Hello and welcome to DAP Training. You're watching workshop number 4 out of 5, through which we decided to address the bullying phenomenon using dance activities and body expression. During the workshops, all participants will analyze and experience the role of the aggressor in a bullying situation, and we work on each other's support in order to feel the importance of being a solitary group.
The facilitator should invite everyone in a circle in which each participant should share their observations about the period of time between the last workshop and the present one, and their expectations about the new one. The participants should now pick one place in the space, move there, sit down, close their eyes and connect to the floor by feeling their points of contact with the floor, feeling the temperature of the floor, of the air caressing them, feeling the smell of the place they have chosen. After at least 30 seconds of connection with their feelings, the facilitator should invite them to visualize a place they feel very comfortable in, and follow the imaginary guidance of the Workshop 1 Exercise 2, and take the participants to watch a bullying situation through an imaginary door. Important: if it is too hard for the participants to go into a real bullying situation through their memories, the facilitator should give the option to imagine a scene or to analyze a scene they might have seen in a movie or in a cartoon. Now the facilitator should invite the participants to incorporate that way of moving and shift that emotion they could analyze and recall into their body movements, making that feeling they analyzed become movements. Each participant should keep their eyes closed and start to move from exactly where they are, with the same body energy and quality of movement they have just imagined and analyzed. From the sitting position, they should move around the space, respecting the task, and at their own rhythm, they should all stand up and keep moving around, bearing in mind the aggressor's energy and movement in the space. Important: they should open their eyes as soon as they need to. If they are keeping their eyes closed for a long time, the facilitator should always keep an eye on them and make sure there are no accidents. They should experience the aggressor's quality of movement for 5 minutes, during which the facilitator could nurture, if necessary, the participants' improvisation by stimulating their creativity. The facilitator should remind them often throughout the workshops that the framework they're in is a safe place, free of judgment, and it must remain so. If some of the participants do not feel like moving a lot, it's okay. Each one of the participants has the right to interpret the exercise the way they need, and there is no right or wrong. Each interpretation has to be accepted by the facilitator, putting their expectations out of the process. After 5 minutes, the facilitator should invite the participants to resume their chosen and comfortable position, in their chosen place, at their own pace. The facilitator should now guide the participants, asking them to close their eyes if they were open, and take their awareness towards their feelings in that specific moment. After a few seconds, around 30 seconds, they should ask the participants to leave that scene they were looking at, close that door, and go back to the imaginary space they have chosen to go, and feel comfort again. The facilitator should leave the participants to that place for at least 2 minutes, guiding them finding comfort again. Now the facilitator should ask the participants to concentrate on their breathing and make sure they inhale from their nose and exhale from their mouth. As they go through, the facilitator should encourage them to make the exhale louder and louder if they wish. After 7 long and loud breaths, the facilitator should ask the participants to come back to their connections to the floor and the space they have chosen, the smell, the temperature, whilst being in their comfortable position, to reconnect with the present moment. After a few seconds, 30 seconds, the facilitator should ask them to open their eyes when ready in order to connect with the things and the persons around them. When ready, the facilitator should ask the participants to roll over onto one side, to get up, and to keep visual connection to the present moment, things and persons around them, walking into the space before resuming the circle for the debriefing. The participants should pick at least 7 movements they have found during their improvisation time and put them together in a choreography. When ready, the facilitator should divide the group in pairs. Within each pair, person A should show their choreography to person B. At the end, A and B should discuss A's performance, and A should adjust it, if needed, in function of B's feedback and the discussion they just had. A should repeat the performance and discuss it until the moment they are satisfied with their performance and they know their choreography by heart, the way that satisfies them both. They should bring particular attention to the quality of movement that should remain the one they had in mind at the beginning of the workshop. B and A should swap roles. When ready, the participants who had the A role at first should now show the rest of the group their choreography, all together in the space, and vice versa. The participants should start by bouncing on their feet, still keeping the toes on the floor, not jumping. Releasing the shoulders, arms and hands with no control, allowing them to go wherever they want, following the bouncing movement. They should now stop bouncing and they should start rubbing their hands as fast as they can to create heat on their palms. At the facilitator's signal, they should put their warm hands over their face, feeling the heat just created, and they should take off their hands as the heat goes away from their palms. They should rub their hands again and repeat the experience, putting their hand on their chest, and the third time on their lower back. Now the facilitator should ask the participants to rub their hands on their body as if they were having a shower, starting from the head, finishing with the feet, going through the whole body with an active movement of rubbing, quite fast speed. They should insist on a motion that washes out all the negative emotions felt during the day. They should now go back into bouncing, liberating their shoulders, arms and hands again. However, this time they should pronounce the vowel A and keep the A as long as their breath allows them. They will repeat it 4 times. First, they should keep the A quiet. The second time they repeat it, they should go louder. The third time even louder, and the fourth and last time the loudest they can. Everyone should go back into a circle with one person, A, in the middle of the circle. The participants in the circle should be close enough among them to avoid any passing through by A. A should close their eyes and explore the space within the circle. A could start with a walk in the space and slowly go towards a dance improvisation, using little by little everyone's support. The people in the circle should follow A's movements, guiding them towards a safe environment within the circle, encouraging the dance, paying attention to all the details A proposes in order to anticipate their journey within the group and be ready to intervene whenever needed. Important. A should always be free to move. The people in the circle are not manipulating A, but just supporting A when they need, in order to avoid any collision with walls or anything in A's journey. Everyone should go back into a circle with one person, A, in the middle of the circle. The participants in the circle should be connected through sticks. A should close their eyes and explore the space within the circle. A could start with a walk in the space and slowly go towards dance improvisation, using little by little everyone's support. The people in the circle should follow A's movements, guiding them with their sticks towards a safe environment within the circle, encouraging the dance, paying attention to all the details A proposes in order to anticipate their journey within the group and be ready to intervene when needed. For both options, with or without social distance adaptation. At the leader's signal, A should slow down and go towards stillness, then open their eyes and reconnect with the space. The leader should judge the time needed for A to develop their journey. 2.5 minutes is the recommended time for each person. Everyone should experience A's role.
Thank you very much for watching our video. If you're interested in the topic or you want to go further to discover our process, watch our next video.